English translation. 274th contact. Tuesday, 16th of June, 1999, 23:55 hours.
I'm glad you came so quickly, Florena. There were some strange things that I cannot explain. Do you remember that in the summer of 1998, my vault had been rummaged through once, although only Eva and I have a key to it, and none of us caused the mess in the vault?
Of course, you told me about it as well as Ta did. We also tried to clarify the incident, but we could not fathom anything. For us, the incident remained as mysterious as it was for you and Eva.
I know. You told me that you did not succeed in your efforts. But now the same thing has happened again. This means that various things were changed in the cash register cabinet and no longer arranged the way I always do. It seems as if someone had searched for something in the safe and no longer arranged the contents correctly. But not only that, because yesterday and today there were more strange things. Ava is currently busy writing off the 15th Sim-Ya-Se contact report block and came across something that is simply inexplicable to both of us. The same thing was repeated on another report sheet today. And the thing was this. In 1995, when I brought in the contact report from the 3rd of February, I was quite unwell at the time, I made some serious sentence content mistakes. Ptah then, of course, drew my attention to this later on, whereupon I rewrote or corrected the erroneous passages again, together with Ava. And since she worked with me on these corrections, she noticed that the sentence changes we had inserted were no longer there. Everything had simply disappeared on paper, even on the original pages that we had corrected. So I had no choice but to hope that the contact conversation at that time was still present on your recording devices, which was also the case then, so that I could put the corrections back into the original pages again, and Eva now has the correct wording to copy. Around 22:40 hours, I went to Engelbert's printing house tonight and told him what had happened, whereupon he said that something strange had happened to him as well. In the steel cabinet in which he keeps the printing originals, all the print templates of the Sim-Ya-Se blocks were disordered and confused. Discussing these things, we stood in front of Eva's office door when suddenly the typewriter inside began to rattle diligently. Of course, we both assumed that Eva had started working on the typewriter again, so we did not pay much attention to the clatter, but continued our conversation for another minute or two. Then I opened the door to Eva's office and entered, immediately seeing her desk and the typewriter on it. Eva slept together with Selena on the couch, which was specially prepared for this purpose. Immediately I called Engelbert, of course, who joined me quickly, and whom I asked if he had not also heard the typewriter clatter in the office. He confirmed that Eva had written on the typewriter after all. But this was obviously not the case, which is why we wondered about it quite loudly. It was also strange that Eva did not wake up despite our talking, because she usually does when the door is opened, when she sleeps next to Selena. But this time she seemed to be in a deep sleep. So something completely unusual. Wondering, I looked into my office next door and discovered that my typewriter was uncovered and turned on, so someone must have written on it for the aforementioned 1 or 2 minutes. Otherwise, I could not explain the whole thing to myself, because for my part I had not used the typewriter that day yet, and had therefore kept it covered. Thinking about it, I came to the conclusion that maybe one of you might have been here and typed around on the machine. Was that really the case?
So it was, yes. I myself was here and used your writing instrument, the function of which you explained to me and the use of which you also explained to me, so I tried to learn to write with it on several occasions with your consent. And since you were in a deep conversation with Engelbert last night, I did not want to disturb you, but to write down for you the explanations I had to give so that you could put them on your desk, where you would have found them. But then you came with Engelbert to Eva's workroom, which caused me to immediately remove the sheet of paper from the writing instrument and return to my flying apparatus. Shortly afterwards you called me, so I came here again to give you verbally the explanations Ptah and Quetzal gave me.
Then you have the answers to my questions?
That is right. It should also be said that one of us was instructed by Quetzal to make some impulse changes in the memory block of your center according to his instructions in order to guarantee certain changes in the meditation block as you wished, and which should make things easier for you.
Fine, then it really worked. But now a question about the strange occurrences of the vault and the disappearance of the corrections from the original report and the disorder in Engelbert's artwork. Can you try to do something about this and tell me what you...
Of course, but in my opinion, everything will be the same as the first time. Even then, we did not find the slightest clue.
Could perhaps the Black Men, aka Men in Black, be behind this?
Unfortunately, we have no knowledge of this, at least not with regard to the group that is not of earthly origin. There is a possibility, however, because we do not have enough knowledge about their technology and other possibilities, because we have not been able to get hold of them up to now, as you know. However, as far as the terrestrial organization of the Black Men in Black is concerned, we know for sure that they do not have such possibilities to intrude unnoticed into your workroom and locked receptacles.
But I thought you would be able to locate the other louts if they went through your alarm screen.
That is probably true, but there are other technical ways of causing such incidents, as you have described them, without a person being physically required to do it. We also know such possibilities and possess such techniques, but there are many other possibilities which are unknown to us but known to other intelligences and which they also use.
Extremely gratifying.
What do you mean?
That is what we say when we find something bad. It only depends on the tone of voice.
I understand. Can I give you the explanations now? I have to go back to my work.
Of course, just talk.
So the following has to be explained. Oh yes! What I wanted to say still, that Eva slept so deeply and did not hear anything is because I put her into a deep sleep. Ptah once told me that he had already done so. So I thought that I could act likewise because there would be no damage.
I see. So according to the principle, what Ptah can do, I can do for a long time.
I thought something similar, yes. But now to the explanations.
Purely core group internal concerns,